Hey YouTube, what's up? It's your boy Karabo. I'm back with another one. Now I'm adding a segment to the channel Beyond Athletics. This will be a segment where I interview athletes or share stories with athletes, either how athletics changed their lives or how they got into athletics and how good or bad it is for them and their ups and downs, everything just about athletics. I'll be sitting down with different athletes from different backgrounds, from different places. So yeah, today we will be speaking with Don Kasigwa. Like I said, the story video is coming with him. He will be sharing the story of how athletics saved his life, and I'll be asking him a few questions after that. Stay tuned.
You only live once, dollar what you must, gotta touch on my chance. Hamba fana sun, baraman, makaplan, fast vuga, musu tandu glala pants.
Niggas out there sleeping while I'm out here working late. Wake up, find me great, hate on me and stop complaining about the situation, but you're lazy to go change.
My name is Don Kasigwa, 19 years of age, and I'm a track and field athlete. Today I'll be sharing my story on how athletics saved my life from primary school up to grade 9, where I took it serious. I wasn't really into sports. I was just there to perform, but it wasn't for me. I think in the 4th grade, I did swimming and I drowned. So I drowned, and then people kept telling me that I won't be a good swimmer or anything until I started working hard. And I was more into poetry, speech festival and things like that. That was stupid because it needs people with good English and all that, but I just wanted to fit in some way. And then things went bad for me, hence I started getting bad friends. I started bunking school. At primary, imagine, I'm like 11 years old. So I started bunking school and all that. It came to a point whereby I joined the swimming team in grade 6. And I made the team, like I was good. I even made my provincial. I got all my colors for swimming. But still I was a bad boy. I joined a squad at the age of 11. I joined a squad called Flying Squad. Sorry if you guys are gonna see this, I'm sorry, don't come back and kill me or anything. I joined the squad called Flying Squad. So Flying Squad is a scheme where we steal. We go to other schools, we used to steal caps. By those times, those Nike bags and all that, they were the top things. So we'd go, we'd steal, we'd carry knives at school and everything. It became difficult when I became hard-headed and my parents found out. My mom once even stripped me and she said I should get out of her house. So I was butt naked and she told me that I should get out of her house and all that. And then in grade 7 I did hurdles, and it was at Tux. It was when Tux was still being established. I did my hurdles. I did good, I came out first, but then I didn't know that athletics was for me. So I moved to high school, which was secondary school, and I was happy because I was going to be with my gang and everyone like that. So I started smoking, I started drinking, I did all the bad things, I stole money, I used to steal from my parents, I used to steal from my own friends, I used to set them up. And it got to a point where I had to change schools. I don't know why, but my mom said that Langenhoven High School was a better school. Mind you, Langenhoven and PSS, we never got along. So I was at the rivalry and I was scared. I cried. I told my mom, no, I cannot go to Langenhoven. She's like, why? I'm like, nah. Then she's like, then you won't go to school. So I went there, and already in my grade 8 year, I had gone to detention and everything like that, which I came to meet Mr. Van der Merwe. He told me, okay, just come and do athletics so you can bunk detention, I can see potential in you. Come and do athletics, just bunk detention. I went and I did sprints, and I was really good, but I didn't make the inter-high team. So that was a bit sad, it was a bit sad. I went back to gambling, I went back into Charlie. I got suspended for playing Charlie. So I got suspended for playing Charlie 7 days from the school.
What's
then
Charlie?
Charlie is it was once a game that trended where you just say Charlie, are you here? Charlie, are you there? And then the pencils have to move. So it moved, and then this girl got traumatized and she screamed, and then they caught me. So I had to testify what happened, and I had to come clean. But knowing that I had bad friends, I still continued being with them. Even in my 9th grade, I remember I even repeated grade 9 because of bad friends. I was a gangster, I was bad. I sold all types of things at school, And then someday, my teacher just told me, go to Tux. They're on the track. They opened the motor tracks, go to Tux, just go and try. I didn't know anything about athletics. My point, if you come from my community, all you need to do is come out number 1. Just run in front and make sure you come out first. So I went there, and then I see these big names, I see prestige, I see tags. I'm like, okay. And then I was running the senior race, the 800 meters, my first time running the 800 meter in my life. I went there with techies, I think it was Nike Freeze. It was still good, and shorts. And we had to stand in lanes. So said, instead of me waiting for the cones, I cut in already, and then I didn't get disqualified like it because they saw that I was still an amateur athlete. The next thing, I showed my teacher the results. It's like, you know, all these druggies and all these gangsters you're chilling with, it's not for you. Look at your time. And I'm like, what does time have to do? I mean, you only have to come out number one, and I came out last. I'm like, sir, you disappointed in me. I came out last. It's like 158, age 13, 158. Then I didn't know anything. I only thought, okay, one can only make it by coming out first, like 158. And then that was the year I repeated my grade 9 because of all these bad things, and I ran. And then I decided to take athletics much more serious, where I even got recruited to other schools. And it really, I mean, not just in athletics, even in life, even if drawing makes you happy, if you can find something that can keep you busy and you can go out of trouble, then I support that you should do it, because I believe and I know, I mean, I even had a court case. I had a court case in my primary year because we tried to steal a police car. We tried stealing a police car, so it was something serious, but luckily I got saved, you know, I got saved. I also found God, and I believe that if you just find something that works for you, it can be athletics, it can be basketball, it can be singing, it can be watching TV. Just find something that's for you. I mean, we as athletes, we come from a place where we all want to make it, we all want to make provincials, want to be nationals, want to go to Olympics. I mean, 98% of all the athletes, they will tell you, what's your dreams? Like, one day I want to go to Olympics, but how hard are you working to make it for the Olympics? I personally, my goal is to make it international. It might be Olympics, it might be USAs, I don't mind. I just want to keep pushing, I want to keep working hard. And even through this lockdown, it's been hard, you know, I've been chilling, but then I know your body also needs to rest, the body needs to rest. So if I never had the passion for athletics, then I don't know where I'd be right now. I mean, I'd be a junkie, I'd be a hobo, you know. And coming from my point, it hurts me the most because I never had support from my folks. They wanted to see results, you know, like they want to see you go somewhere. Because like my dad told me, it's like, why don't you play soccer? I mean, what's athletics? And I'm like, nah, I cannot do something just to make you happy. I have to do something that will make me happy. I wasn't a good soccer player. I mean, they just put me in second half because I had the endurance. And I always scored like 2-3 goals, and I could save the team and everything like that. But once he saw the potential in me, he started supporting me, you know. Even though we have to start somewhere, I mean, I started as a nobody. I started running with calf foot, and I had to disrespect some of my athletes like Jimmy. I remember he's the one that taught me how to be humble, and I'm forever thankful because I used to be that athlete. In my school, the bond wasn't that strong, so you don't compete with schools like Prestige and stuff like that. You have schools like PTHS, Clapham. So those schools are not that really good. It's where you build your confidence. So I built my confidence, I was good. And whenever I read, if there was a gap, I'd tell them, come. So Jimmy came to me, told me, he's like, no. I still have the screenshot. He's like, no, you don't do it like this. You're disrespecting your athletes. You have potential, but you do not do that. Work. Because there's always someone better than you. But then the good thing about sports is you learn. Every time you learn, I mean, you build components.
I think that's when I realized that shit, I just lost this race only because this guy hyped up the pace or hyped up the crowd. Like from that day, funny you were like I think like
hating. Even told his mom.
Like I wanted to beat this guy so bad because what he did was disrespectful to the sport. Not me, but to the sport. You know, you don't do that to athletes. You don't take off your shirt while we're running. You don't hype up the crowd unless you are more far or something. But I guess athletes will understand this. This was disrespect to the sport. Like, why did you do it?